Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So, I am Trista. I am a master life coach who helps women who are feeling stuck. I help them get unstuck for good using the very best tools and skills through a whole person approach. We look at mindset, we look at emotions, we look at your nervous system, and we look at taking aligned action, all through a five-pillar framework that I take you through to really make sustainable change and to create whatever it is you want. So there's no waiting for permission. There's no putting it off for next week or tomorrow. I teach you how to take the action that you say you want to take and help you create clarity and confidence so that you can move yourself forward and create the momentum. And we do the work to figure out exactly what it is you want and who you want to become. This is life-changing work. So today we're talking about certainty, not the kind you find in spreadsheets or pro and con lists, but I'm talking about the certainty that you create inside yourself. And really, it's the only way to do it. So that when you have a decision to make, you move forward with ease and confidence instead of spinning in overwhelm and analysis paralysis. If you've ever stayed up until 2 a.m. Googling, should I quit my job? Or should I start a business? Or asking three different friends for the right answer, this video is for you. Let's start with why we do this. Your brain loves certainty. It's wired for survival. It thinks if I could just find the perfect answer, I'll be safe. So you collect information, you weigh every option, you wait for a sign from the universe, you check your horoscope. And guess what? The longer you wait, the bigger and scarier the decision feels. And it's harder to take action. But listen, there isn't a sign. Certainty is not something that you discover. It's a feeling you generate with your thoughts. And that might sound subtle, but it changes everything. Let me share a quick story from my own life. A few years ago, I was in a leadership role that I'd worked towards for many years. And from the outside, it looked great. And I did enjoy it. It was a steady paycheck, it was a respected title. I enjoyed the work. But inside, I sort of felt like there was more for me. I was getting tired. I was living in very difficult conditions. And I would lie in bed at night thinking, what am I going to do? How can I change this? I kept thinking I needed more proof before making a change and knowing that that was the right move. I had thought about becoming a coach full time, but I hadn't committed to doing that. And I made list after list, polled my closest friends, and even asked my mentors who I barely knew. One morning I realized that I was waiting for someone, anyone, to give me a guarantee. And no one can do that. That's when it hit me. The certainty I was searching for had to come from me. The moment I decided, I know what's best for me, my entire body just relaxed. Did I know exactly what was coming next and what it would look like? Of course not. But I trusted myself to figure it out. And that's what certainty really is. So here's a simple process that I teach my clients. First, decide that certainty is internal. Literally tell yourself, certainty is a feeling I create with my thoughts. Until you believe that, you keep hunting for proof that doesn't exist. Second, you want to separate the facts from drama. Grab a notebook and write on the page all of the bare facts. They have to be something you could prove in a court of law. Everything else is drama. If you're thinking the job is draining, I'll ruin my career if I quit, those are just thoughts. Those are not facts. Facts are neutral, thoughts are optional. Then, third, you want to choose your deciding thoughts. Ask, what would I need to believe to feel certain right now? Maybe it's, I can handle whatever happens. Or, there is no wrong choice, there's just my next choice. Fourth, you want to practice daily. This is where most people quit. Your brain will default back to doubt. It will look for problems. It will default to the negative. Repeat your deciding thought every morning and every night. Write it down, put it on a sticky note, put it on your mirror, on your phone. Redirect your mind every single time it spirals. And then fifth, you want to take one small action. Action reinforces belief. Send the email, schedule the meeting, tour the apartment. Momentum creates more certainty than sitting and thinking ever will. This isn't about reckless leaps. It's about deciding who's in charge of your life, your inner guidance or everyone else's opinions. So, when you don't create certainty, you're outsourcing it. You hand over your power to your boss, your partner, a horoscope, a coin flip, rock, paper, scissors. And even if someone gives you their blessing, it's temporary. The next challenge pops up and you're back to spinning. When you know how to generate certainty on purpose, you become unstoppable. You stop asking, am I ready? And start asking, what do I want to create next? That's the energy that moves careers, changes relationships, builds businesses, and builds dreams. So, if you're sitting in analysis paralysis today, remember this: there is no big decision. There are only thoughts that make a decision feel big. Certainty isn't out there, it's in here, in here. So, you decide what you want to believe and you practice it until the feeling of certainty becomes second nature. If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe so you never miss a weekly dose of mindset coaching. And if you're ready to take this work deeper, come and join my new coaching community, You Redefined. It's where we take concepts like this, self-trust, emotional resilience, creating certainty, living your purpose, and we put them into daily practice with coaching and support. We apply them directly to your life. You can find all the details in the link in the show notes. You deserve to be the one who decides what's next for you. Start today.